Hello everyone, welcome to SOFTECH. Let us discuss about SAP question and answers. What is a purchase requisition in SAP Answer: a purchase requisition in SAP is an internal document that is used to interact the procurement process. It is created by department or individuals within the organization to request the purchase of materials or services. The PR contains details such as the description of the items or services needed, quantities, required delivery date, and any other relevant information. How is a purchase requisition created in SAP Answer: in SAP a purchase requisition can be created manually by users or automatically generated to the material requirements planning process. Users can use transaction code ME51N to create a PR manual entering the required details such as material numbers, quantities, and delivery dates. Alternately, PRS can be generated automatically based on demand signals for sales orders, stock levels, or forecasted requirements. What is a request for quotation in SAP Answer: a request for quotation in SAP is a document sent to potential suppliers or vendors to take bids for the supplying of materials or services. The RFQ contains details such as the items or services required, quantities, delivered dates, terms and conditions, and any other relevant information. Suppliers respond to the RFQ by submitting quotations with pricing and other details. How do you create a request for quotation in SAP Answer: in SAP a request for quotation can be created using transaction code ME41. Users enter the request details such as the vendors to be connected, the items or services needed, quantities, delivered dates, and any other relevant information. Once the RFQ is created, it can be sent to vendors electronical via emails or through the SAP systems for their response. What is a purchase order in SAP Answer: a purchase order in SAP is a formal document sent to a vendor or supplier requesting the delivery of materials or services and specified terms and conditions. The PO contains detailed information such as material descriptions, quantities, pricing, delivered date, shopping, introductions, payment terms, and other relevant date. It serves as a legally binding contract between the buyer and the seller. How do you create a purchase order in SAP Answer: in SAP a purchase order can be created manually by users using transaction code ME21N. Users enter the required details such as the vendors, material numbers, quantity, prices, delivery dates, and other relevant information. Alternatively, POS can be generated automatically from approved purchase requisitions or through integration with other SAP modules such as sales and distribution for external procurement process. What is good receipt in SAP Answer: goods receipt in SAP is a process of confirming the physical receipt of materials or services for a vendor into the organization's inventory or consumption location. It involves updating inventory quantities, recording the receipt date, and verifying the received material against the corresponding purchase order or other procurement documents. How do you perform goods receipt in SAP MM? Answer. Good receipt can be performed in SAP MM using transaction code MIGO good movement. User selection the appropriate goods receipt document types. Enter the PO number or other relevant information and specify the quantities and details of the received materials. Once the GR transaction is completed, inventory records and updated, and the materials are made available for use in production or other business process. What is invoice verification in SAP MM? Answer. Invoice verification in SAP MM is a process of verifying vendors' invoices against purchase order and goods receipts to ensure accuracy and compliance with agreed upon terms. It involves matching invoice details such as quantity, prices, and terms with corresponding PO and GR data, resolving any discrepancies and approving the invoice for payment. How do you perform invoice verification in SAP MM? Answer. Invoice verification in SAP MM is performed using transaction code MIRO. Enter invoice. Users enter the vendor's invoice details such as invoice number, PO number, and other relevant information. The system automatically matches the invoice with corresponding PO and GR data and performs validation checks. Once verified, the invoice is posted in the system and payment processing can proceed. What are the different types of procurement documents in SAP MM? Answer. In SAP MM, the main types of procurement documents include purchase requisitions, request for quotations, purchase order, goods receipt, and vendor invoices. Each document serves and specified purpose in the procurement process. For interacting a purchase request to recording the receipt of goods and processing vendor payments. What is the difference between a purchase order and a purchase requisition in SAP MM? Answer. A purchase requisition is an internal document used to request the purchase of materials or services, whereas a purchase order is a formal document sent to a vendor to place an order for the request materials or services. PRS are used to interact the procurement process, while POS serves as legal binding contracts between the buyers and the vendor. How does SAP MM handle How does SAP MM handle RFQ response from vendors? Answer. In SAP MM, RFQ response from vendors are managed through the system's RFQ processing functionality. Once vendors submit their quotations in response to an RFQ, users can compare and eliminate the quotations based on factors such as price, deliver lead times, and terms and conditions. SAP MM provides tools from analyzing and selecting the most suitable vendors offer before creating purchase orders. What is the purpose of good receipt posting in SAP MM? The purpose of good receipt posting in SAP MM is to acknowledge the physical receipt of materials or services from a vendor into the organization. Inventory or consultation location, GR posting updates inventory quantities. Confirm the complication of the procurement process and services as the basis for subsequent invoice verification and payment processing. How does SAP MM handle invoice verification and payment processing? Answer. In SAP MM, invoice verification involves matching vendor invoices with corresponding purchase order and goods receipt to ensure accuracy, and compliancy with agreed upon teams. When verified invoices are posted in the system using transaction code MIRO, payment processing is then iterated based on the approved invoices with payment terms determined by the vendors' agreements and organizational policies. How does SAP MM support procurement analytics and reporting? Answer: SAP MM provides various tools and functionalities for procurement analytics and reporting, allowing organization to analyze procurement's performance, monitoring spending and identify opportunities for cost saving and process improvements. Users can generate stance reports using built-in SAP MM reporting tools or create custom reports tailored to their specific requirement using SAP Business Intelligence (BI) tools. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.